Today's professional development is entitled The Map to Success in Rural Schools. And this is an assignment that we had in one of my college courses. And the assignment was to create a map to success for rural schools. So, when researching the most critical thing in education for all schools, I found that the teacher is the most critical factor in learning. And if a student has an ineffective teacher, they could be set behind almost 6 months after a full year of education. And if you think about it, if they have multiple ineffective teachers, then students are going to fall behind. So the most critical issue in education is finding effective teachers for our students. And this issue also exists in rural schools, since rural schools struggle with recruiting and retaining effective teachers. So this is the map to success for how to recruit and retain effective teachers, specifically in rural areas. So I made a Prezi to present this. And the first thing we're going to do today is start out with a beginning activity to model some of these things that we'll be talking about. So what I want you to do is to create a list of 5 traits or factors or qualities that our community has that would attract new employees to our areas. Some examples that I listed are affordable real estate, great proximity to Huntsville and Birmingham, and also successful sports teams nearby. So list 5 traits, factors, or qualities that attracts people to our area. Next, you're going to circulate around the room and read your list of 5 to 10 people, and you will attempt to find people that have 3 or more commonalities on their list that are common to your list. Once you have that, form a group with those people. There will be some people in the room who do not have 3 commonalities with other people. For those people, I want each group to go around and try to recruit them or persuade them into their group. If you are that person, listen to everyone's pitch and attempt to persuade you, and then choose the group that best persuaded you. After the groups have been formed, you will create an invitation that is meant to persuade or attract a new teacher or a veteran teacher into our area. So design your invitation to attract and persuade teachers into our area. After we're finished, we'll go over these debriefing questions. For the people who had to persuade members into their group, how did you persuade them? What did you do to persuade them into your group? For people who were persuaded, what did they tell you that made you want to join their group? What factors led to you joining the group that you joined? Did you join because you were familiar with them, because they were your friends? We'll see that today in today's strategies. Or did you join the group because they made you feel welcome? That's also another strategy that we'll see today. The second question is, how can we make new teachers feel welcome or attracted to the area? We are doing this today in a small group setting, but how can we extend this to a school-wide or district-wide plan to attract new teachers to our area? And what attractive features did you include in your invitation? What are the attractive features that our areas have that we can use to attract new teachers into our area? So again, the most influential thing in the classroom is the teacher. According to research conducted by Educational Leadership, effective teachers are the most important factors contributing to student achievement. Although curricula, reduced class size, district funding, family and community involvement all contribute to school improvement and student achievement, the most influential factor is the teacher. It's very important for our students at this school to have effective teachers. Other statistics show that students could fall behind as much as 6 months with an ineffective teacher. And if that compiles, then our students are going to be well behind. So the most critical factor in having a successful school and closing achievement gaps is to find out how we can recruit and retain effective teachers in this area. That is the most critical factor if we're going to see growth in our school. So how can we do that? Well, the first strategy is we have to have an attractive website. Nowadays, when we have new teachers that are graduating college with their teaching degrees, they look online for their job postings. They see a job posting for Arab, Alabama. They're going to go to the school's website and check out the community. They're going to go to the school's website and check out the school, check out the teachers, check out the principal's message, check out the facilities. And their first impression will be based on what they see on the website. If our website is outdated or has a lack of information, hard to navigate, confusing, cluttered, then that teacher is going to have a negative first impression of us. So if we are going to recruit these new 21st century teachers, we have to have an effective website. We have to have an attractive website that provides adequate information about our school, that highlights positive things that are going on in our school, that's well organized, that's kept up to date, that has a greeting from our administration. And it also should have a tool to actively recruit teachers to the area by providing them with attractive information regarding the town. So let's take a few minutes and let's look at our website. Let's critique our website. Let's answer the questions. Is our website attractive? And if not, what can we do better? How can we make our website an attractive feature to our school that can attract new teachers into our area? The next strategy is we need to recruit rural residents, students that go to school here. Teachers are much more likely to stay in the community if they're familiar with it, if they grew up in the community. It's home to them. So we have to find out how we can develop current students who have a desire or passion to one day teach. We have to develop potential teachers. We have to support them. We have to enhance their desire to teach. We have to put them in situations that help them realize their passion for teaching. So we need to develop programs and clubs that help these students grow in that. Helps foster the passion, helps enhance the desire to be a teacher. And if we can do that for our students, then they're going to feel much more inclined to come back to us because we supported them in that. And we have a culture of support. And so if they're going to be much less intimidated to come back and teach where they're from if we can do that for them now. So what programs do we currently have in place to do that? And what can we implement to help develop future teachers that are currently students here at the school? The next strategy is we need to improve working conditions. And it's really easy to say that without funding. If we do not have the funding, this is really hard to do. However, we can still improve working conditions without having any funds. We can provide mentorship programs for our beginning teachers, for our less experienced teachers. We can show them support. We can offer up support to them and improve working conditions without spending any money. What other ways can we improve working conditions? How can we get parents more involved? How can we get more grants? How can we get more community support? What can we do to improve working conditions without spending any money? And what do our buildings need that would be cost-effective solutions to improve working conditions? According to Jerry Lowe, efforts to provide effective mentoring programs appear to impact beginning teachers in significant ways. This is a way we can cause new teachers to feel supported, to feel comfortable, to feel welcome, to feel a part of our group. It doesn't cost anything. The next step is very simple, common sense. We need to plan for this. We need to plan how to recruit and retain effective teachers. We is always smarter than me. So we need to have a committee that works together for this common goal of retaining and recruiting effective teachers. What you emphasize is normally what you accomplish. And if this is not being emphasized, then we're not going to be good at it. So we need to emphasize it, and we need to start planning how to recruit and retain effective teachers. So some questions that we could ask in the planning process is, how much can we budget for this? What is our vision? And what teachers can we select that will help us achieve our vision? What should we look for when recruiting teachers? What will they possess? What qualities will they possess that helps us to achieve our school vision? Why is our school a good school? How can we market those things? Where do we look for these new teachers? Are there any college programs out there that allow us to bring in interns? How do we identify the effective teachers that are interns, and how do we get them to come back and be teachers for us? How do we keep the teachers that we currently have? How do we make them feel supported and happy where they are? So we need to meet as a group and discuss these things and effectively plan how to recruit and retain teachers. We is smarter than me, and we're not going to accomplish this if we don't emphasize it. How can we make new employees feel connected, accepted, valued, and supported? This is Chick-fil-A's vision, and anytime you go into a Chick-fil-A, I think you will experience friendly service. We can create that culture here at school. And if we have a culture where teachers feel connected to each other in collaborative efforts, they feel accepted by the community, if they feel valued by the administration, and they feel supported by all stakeholders, then they're going to be much more likely to stay. We can create this culture. So we need to have plans for this. We need to welcome them as they come in. We need to keep in touch with them as they come in. We need to celebrate them being in our community. What other ways can we help teachers feel this way? These are the references. Again, the most important factor in a child's education is the teacher. And if our rural communities are going to see growth and close the achievement gap, then they have to learn how to recruit and retain effective teachers. And hopefully these strategies were helpful in learning about that.